y'all, welcome to my vlog, my non-posh life. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I have been in tears this week, just reacting to the decision of the state of New York to pass this abortion bill. I want to be sure, if you haven't heard, I want to let you know exactly what it is. They've called it the Reproductive Health Act. Okay, that is their way of describing this abortion bill. The Reproductive Health Act was blocked for years by Republicans, but it recently passed. The bill maintains abortions as legal within 24 weeks of the start of a pregnancy, and quote, this is the quote, you have to pay attention to this, or at any time when necessary to protect a woman's life or health. Late-term abortions up to the baby's due date. It's almost an anything-goes abortion bill, in my opinion. And the term health, the health of a woman, that term is so incredibly broad that it literally provides absolutely no protection to the unborn baby. A woman can decide that she's emotionally incapable of delivering and parenting a child and choose abortion. A woman can be physically ill. A woman can be struggling with actual medical issues and choose to terminate her pregnancy. A woman can be struggling with emotional issues related to her pregnancy and choose to terminate her pregnancy up to the baby's due date. A completely viable baby can be killed because a woman determines that she's not capable of having this baby. This is striking a real personal chord with me because 44 years ago, I guess we could say, my mom was struggling with her health while she was pregnant with me. My mom had fibroid tumors that were outgrowing me in her womb. She literally was told by doctors, you need to abort this baby. You're going to die in childbirth. She's going to die in childbirth. One of you is going to die in childbirth, or you're both going to die in childbirth. You cannot deliver this baby. And every year on my birthday, I make a point to say thank you to my mom for saying, no, I'm not killing my baby. Every year on my birthday, I make sure to honor my brave, courageous, amazing mom for enduring the pain of fibroid tumors growing alongside me in her womb, enduring the medication, enduring the procedures. I didn't come out scar-free. I actually was born with a birth defect. Because of her illness, I am blind in my right eye. But she gave me life. She gave me the opportunity to live. She took the risk. My mom even risked her own life to give me life. There's nothing more like God than that. There's nothing more like God than that. So this bill is really hitting me in a place personally where I can't be silent about it. And I'm praying for God's mercy on our nation and on the state of New York. In Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, and all throughout the Old Testament, all throughout the New Testament, we see one recurring theme with God, and that is that He creates life. He creates life. He is the author of life. He's not the author of death. I'm back. I just had to kind of clean my face a little bit. So I think my heart this morning is for any young lady, teenager, woman, married woman, single woman who's an adult. If you're contemplating abortion, I just want to appeal to you to consider giving your child life. Consider the options. Consider adoption. Give your child the opportunity to live. I don't know of one person who really was born under the most ideal circumstances. Everyone has a story. Whether you were not married to the person, whether you just met the guy at a party, got drunk, had sex, got pregnant. I mean, I could tell you story after story. Rape, even rape. In my very next video after this one, I am going to introduce you to one of my dear friends who chose to keep her baby after rape. And I want you to hear her story. Listen to this scripture in Psalm 139, verse 13. This is how we know who formed your baby in the womb, when life begins, and what God's heart is for that child that you're carrying. Verse 13, Psalm 139 says this: For God, you did form my inward parts. You did weave me in my mother's womb. I will give thanks to you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. That means carefully made. God made your little baby carefully, every part, their little heart, their lungs, their liver, their skin, their eyes, their eyelashes, their fingernails, their toenails, their ears, their nose. I do crochet, but people that crochet a blanket, like, it's taking time to make one part at a time until finally you put the big thing up and you see the big picture. That is what God is doing in your womb with your baby. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works, and my soul knows it very well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in secret. Still, the writer of the Psalms, King David, is saying, even when I was in secret in that womb for 40 weeks, you saw my frame. You saw my bones being formed. You saw my skeletal system coming together. You saw organs and tissues and blood vessels and cells being worked together to create me. And skillfully worked in the depths of the earth. That's a metaphor. The depths of the earth is a metaphor for your mother's womb, for your womb. And listen to this. Your eyes have seen my unformed substance. Even when you weren't totally formed in your mother's womb, even when your baby is not totally formed in your womb, God sees your baby. And in your book, listen to this, your baby has a purpose. In your book, they were all written. What was written? The days that were ordained for me when there was not even one of them. Your baby has a purpose. Even though you're struggling, even though you're scared, even though you may be struggling even with health issues, your baby has a purpose. I want to encourage you to press through. I want to ask you. I want to appeal to you. I even want to beg you. Give your baby the chance to live. I would not be here. I would not be here. And maybe you're like, so what? As one less person to feed on the planet. Well, I had a purpose. And my purpose has affected thousands of people throughout the course of my life. And I'll tell you one very special purpose I had. This summer, the Lord allowed me to help rescue a young lady out of trafficking. And we have brought her into our home and into our family. And she's now one of our children. I believe even if it was just for her, even if it was just to be here to rescue her, my life had a purpose. And so while my mom wrestled with whether or not to abort me, God was in heaven saying, just press through. She has a purpose. The baby has a purpose. Give her a chance to live. And so I want to just let you know, anyone that's watching and you've had an abortion, you've had 2 abortions, 3 abortions, I want to tell you that there's no condemnation. If you'll ask God, Lord, forgive me for taking life when you're the author of life. And if you'll allow God to begin to heal your heart, even ask God, show me my baby in heaven. I believe the Lord will heal your heart. And there is no condemnation. If you've already had an abortion, I want you to know that God can forgive you. That God can heal that place of emptiness where you once had a child and you don't have a child. And I want to say this too. It is a myth that a woman can carry a baby and then end the life of that baby and have no emotional or psychological consequences. That is a myth. That is a lie. There will be consequences to you personally, emotionally, for the rest of your life, for the rest of your life. No one goes through an abortion and comes out on the other side happy, free, with no emotional or psychological scar. And so I want to just urge you again, choose life, choose life, choose life, choose life. I'm so glad my mom chose life. I hope you were blessed by my testimony. If you were, please hit like, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell for notifications so you'll know when I upload another video. God bless you. I will see you next time when I will have with me my brave and beautiful, wonderful friend. Her name is Jen, and she's going to share her story about why she chose to keep her baby after sexual assault. God bless you.